back to What the Fuck is in the Box. My name's Mike Hurwitz. I'm the SSM for Dow Technologies, and with me I have
Jason McCarty. I'm Territory Manager for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee.
And we want to thank you for tuning in. See What's the Fuck in the Box, where we show you what the fuck is in the box, and then we give it away to one of you guys. Jason, how are we going to give this away to somebody?
It's pretty simple. You have to like, comment, and subscribe, and then
All three.
Don't
shortchange us on
Yeah, don't shortchange it. Listen, we have a lot of great vendors supporting us with this, so we're going to make you work for it, but I think you can do it.
Challenge accept. Wait, what's the challenge?
Along with your comment in the section, you're going to need to do a keyword that we're going to drop sometime throughout this video, and you have to have that keyword or you will not be eligible. So pay attention. We'll make it quick. Let's get to it.
I like that. A keyword, Jason. That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this box. Definitely a nice looking box. Definitely look good at a shelf at an independent retailer. You were showing me before on here just a little bit about, how AudioControl is.
So
beverage of choice.
Yeah, I love AudioControl. They're a 45-year-old company that was founded in the Pacific Northwest in 1977 by Greg Mackey of Mackey Mixers. They've always had an awesome company culture to where they had funny sayings in their owner's manuals, and they'd always had real cool, edgy t-shirts and things of that nature. Like on the outside of the box, as Mike was saying, beverage of choice. It's a beer from in the Northwest area. So they're always doing some funny things, and they always have very informative owner's manuals. So you guys know me, I always say, RTFM, read the freaking manual. Well, really read the manual, because you're going to get a good laugh with things like don't deep fry, saute, or fish hook. So, just read it. Get a laugh.
But overall, the box is nice, does the job. But yeah, definitely a neat company. It's always neat to see one of their new products, a new box, and find all the Easter eggs on it. Take a look. What do you think on the box?
So I like the packaging. It's nice. It has a picture of it on here. They also have these color-coded bands that are talking whether or not it's a processor or whether it's an integration device or amplifier. It's really cool on their part. Have their legendary logo from Epicenter from back in the day. And these things have been around since, since I was in high school, and we're not going to talk about that, but that's way back. It's a great unit. Man, nice, easy to keep on the shelf. Oh, one other thing.
What do you got?
Serial numbers. Do your customers a favor. Write these down on their invoices, so if they ever have the unfortunate incident of somebody stealing it from them, we can help them out.
Let's open up, take a look what's inside. That is the whole idea of the whole show on itself.
Yeah, open it up.
And again, if you don't know what we're doing because this is your first time on the show, we're going to open this up and show it to you, and then we're going to give it to you, but only if you like, comment, and subscribe. If not, you're dead to us. So.
Don't forget the keyword. It's coming up.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Well, you packed it. I mean, it's just right on out there, just for us. There you go. Take a look at that. We might want to pull that out though too.
So this is really cool packaging, guys. Like when you think about it, AudioControl up in the Pacific Northwest, I say it all the time, right? But they're all about recycling, reusing, reducing their footprint, all of these natures. If you just are looking at this, right, you kind of get an idea how this package works. Let me show you. It's really cool. You flip up this side, you flip up this side. Now this plastic's all loose. This is very easy for them to use for a multitude of products.
That's pretty neat. I've never really noticed it, that they did that. So.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Definitely a nice solid piece. Definitely a lot smaller than the previous Epicenter.
Oh, yeah. I can see myself putting that in dashboard, side-by-sides, golf
nice
carts.
Connectors, snap in. Here, take a look.
Oh, yeah. This is a lot better than the original one. So when you go to put this in, you got many options. You can do, speaker level in. You can do RCA levels in. One of the cool things about speaker level in is right here, there's this load selection. We can pick an amount of load that we want to put so that we can make sure the factory amplifiers still work good. There's also the trigger mode where we can do a remote in and remote out based off our powers in and out. That also helps you if you need to turn on an amplifier with a weak signal. You're good. if you're just adding on to factory, nothing else, you can do either one of the audio or the GTO turn-ons. In the event you have any signal or noise, you can do your ground isolation. And one of the cooler things is if you have a smaller woofer, but you're trying to get a lot of output out of it, or you're just driving whatever you have really hard, there's a PFM. And what that does is really essentially a subsonic filter. But go ahead, Mike, you tell them. We were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I like it in the manual how it says you turn this off, you might blow your sub just flat out. So if you want to get, if you're a little bit more on the higher skill level on it and you want to experience some of the lower frequencies, you turn that thing off and gives you that option. So just kind of neat that it has that type of flexibility. I know Jason was talking about some of the other ones, but even things like that. And then also the output voltage for it. So this can go all the way up to over 10 plus volts out for an amp, which not all amps need that, but it does have that capability, or all the way down to 5 volts. So
yeah, and so there's also the parabase function, which is what the Epicenter is all about. The way this thing works is when music is recorded in the studio, we'll call that complete full range of sound. But the recording engineer makes recording cues and trims down certain frequencies because we know that most factory stereos or even home audio equipment can't handle the amount of frequencies and level that they'll be played at. So they trim it down, and what's left over is a recording cue. So when you feed this thing a full range signal, this picks up on where those recording cues are at, and then when you twist the gain knob on there to get the effect, it picks up where those are at and allows you to adjust to that point of what was originally recorded over and above the initial recording cue to stop it from being there. So it provides you a lot of bass output. This will not work on bass CDs. It will not work on subwoofer output out of a crossover. It has to have a full range signal. But if you can give it that, you're good to go.
I always love having Jason here. He gets so tactile. It kind of makes my job super easy. I had one of these in one of my cars previously, not the micro one, just a regular Epicenter. But for me, it's some of the music I listen to. It doesn't have a lot of bass in it.
Song sucks.
But it's a way to add it in there if you do like to listen to songs with more bass in it. It kind of feeds it in there. And me and I know a lot of other people like it for that feature. Let's see what else we got here. Some cabling.
Yep.
Phone cabling or so.
Standard cable, easy to use.
And that's nice. Nice quality piece. I believe you can even take that apart, but I'm sure you'll get into a little bit of that.
So it's really cool. It's hard to see in the camera, but there's 2 little Allen heads right here. This will allow you to remove these 2 knobs because there's 2 on here. They work independently, and it'll allow you to take these knobs off, take this out of the case, mount it behind a panel wherever you want it to be. So even if you have just a subwoofer and amplifier hidden behind a panel in the trunk, nobody knows. They won't see a bass knob hanging down underneath the dash and look at you as a target. So this bass knob, as I was saying, it's their RC4, and it allows you to adjust the overall level of the sub frequencies going through the unit and allows you to adjust the amount of restoration of that sound. And as I was saying earlier, if you're listening to music that doesn't have any bass into it, yeah, you're going to give it a little bit of a twist and get it to restore where you want, and then you can adjust the overall loudness of that sub level. Start listening to bass CDs, turn down the restoration factor so it doesn't overdrive your amplifier and speakers. Great piece.
And probably we had a couple other things in here. Just some of the stuff in here. And a guitar pick.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Like I said, RTFM. Read the freaking manual. I'm not kidding. Seriously, do yourself a favor. Read this manual, and then you'll see all kinds of funny things like we originally pointed out about the beer, deep fry, saute fish hook. There's some other little ones in here.
There's a lot of neat things on it. I actually had to read that one because I hadn't read that one before, and definitely a neat read. And not your boring owner's manual, for sure.
This is really cool. I was up there visiting them, went through a tour. This is who built it, who signed it after it was done. This goes through all the function tests, everything else. They don't just rubber stamp these. Trust me, these are people sitting at a cubicle of some sort along the line doing what they're supposed to do, and they do it with passion. I mean, they test these things, not just one channel. They test everything start to finish. And then to give them a nod back to where they started from, that's why they have these guitar picks, because that's where it all started with Spike. That's the keyword.
Keyword is Spike. Don't forget to put that in there.
And if those of you out there that are listening are as old as I am or Mike is here, then you know who Spike is. And if you don't, you need to Google Spike Audio Control.
Yeah. So make sure you like, comment. You got to comment if you want to win it. And we're going to give this away to you. If you don't win it, definitely pick one up. It's a neat piece. I know one thing from one of the trainings that they did. The audio control guys are always awesome on it. They did some training on it. Every one of these are hand listened to with music. So they don't just put them on a test bench. They actually listen to them, which is pretty awesome. It's just a quality company. I know this is going to be a quality piece. I can't wait to try one out myself. But we want to thank a couple people. We want to thank Jason for helping me out in the video. I want to thank Matt for giving us the product, and then the folks over at AudioControl. Really appreciate it. And we want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.